So hello and welcome back to Strathpeffer Junction. It's a really special video today. It is my turn on the Model Railway YouTube community groups sort of summer extravaganza, where they're sending the Model Railway YouTube community group coach around the British Isles to various channels that feature on the network YouTube map and also members of the Facebook group itself. So it started off with Richard at New Junction, and he kicked it off in style, and then he sent the coaches all the way up the Highland main line up to Strathpeffer Junction in the far north of Scotland here. And it's my privilege to be able to have spent a wee bit of time with the coach, had a bit of a play with it on the embryonic Strathpeffer Junction, and also to have a little fiddle about with it as well, with some electronics, which I love to do. So for those of you who haven't seen the coach yet, here it is. It has been wonderfully prepared by Paul Chapman, and he's done a lovely job, a special livery for this particular initiative, and we have the wee sticker there as well, the logo for the Facebook group, and the wee network YouTube map as well. Now my understanding is that there are some water slide decals that are going around with the coach as well, and if people would like to grab one of those and then stick it on their own coaches, or a die-cast model or whatever it might be, that they're free to do that. So anyway, let's stop waffling away and have a look at the coach and what we're going to do with it here at Strathpeffer Junction. Okay, so no trip to Strathpeffer Junction would be complete without some kind of tinkering under the bonnet going on. So with Paul's permission, very kind permission, what I decided to do is to install a flashing tail lamp onto the Model Railway YouTube community group coach. You will have seen in a previous video, and I'll pop a card up above just now, making the flashing tail lamps. So what I'm going to do is have a special video that's looking at installing the lamp into the coach, adding pickups, creating a circuit board with a rectifier and various other bits and pieces, and then the finished product. So for those of you who would like to watch how I go about doing it, there'll be a link to that video. And for those of you who are not interested, you can ignore that and have a look at the running session that will be following very shortly on the Strathpeffer Junction layout, or well, the very beginnings of the Strathpeffer Junction layout. Okay, so a flashing tail light. What do we mean by a flashing tail light? Well, bear with me. This is what we mean by a flashing tail light. A BR 1980s roughly era flashing tail light, and this one does indeed flash, and very appropriate for heritage, steam heritage, or sort of 1980s, 1990s BR diesel. So this is what we're going to install onto the wee coach. So without any further ado, and with a little bit of magic, and there we have it, as simple as that. So anyway, right, we'll cut over now to Strathpeffer Junction itself and have a very quick running session on a temporary layout that I've stuck up for the purposes of this video. But I guess it's also a very special video, not just because it's a Model Railway YouTube community group video and coach, but also it is the first ever trains to run on Strathpeffer Junction. So it's a special day for me, and hopefully you'll enjoy the brief running session. Okay, so that's the Flying Scotsman arrived at, well, what is in the process of becoming Strathpeffer Junction. But no locomotive can arrive at Strathpeffer Junction without going through Fortity TMD for a quick check-up to make sure that all is good for the onward journey. So, without further ado, so there we have it, Fortity TMD, or rather Fortity TMD, very much work in progress. Anyway, we don't have any point work unfortunately, so we'll need to call upon a little bit of magic to get Scotsman stabled in the TMD itself. Well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Okay, right, well there's just one thing left, and that's getting the coach in, because there's a little bit of work that needs to be done to the coach. So there we have it, we've got Flying Scotsman and our wonderful Model Railway YouTube community group coach in the TMD, all ready for some work. So without further ado, let's get on with the work. Okay, well it's been a whistle-stop tour of Strathpeffer Junction. There's not a huge amount to be seen at the moment, but over the next few months I'm determined to make a good bit of progress in the layout. But anyway, it is time for the Model Railway YouTube community group coach to head down the Highland main line towards Kirkton Roads Junction in Fife. So I don't want to delay its progress anymore. But the Flying Scotsman did a wonderful job in bringing the coach up here, but she's an elderly lady, and I think it's only fair to hand over to a bit of diesel traction, heritage diesel traction, to get the coach back down the line. So for anybody who's been watching my channel for a while, you'll probably be able to guess what particular heritage diesel class we'll be using here. But anyway, for those who don't, see if you can guess. Yes, it's an old Highland Railways or Highland Rail Class 37, and this particular one is Uncommon Gaelach, and she's a mighty fine Class 37, and in fact the first ever of the new Bachmann diesels that I ever bought. So it means a lot to me, and is also pretty appropriate for the theme as well. So anyway, we need to get the coach coupled up, and without any point work we're going to have to shunt the diesel along a wee bit and then rely on a bit of magic again. So let's just get the diesel into the right position. There we go, and of course for those of you who've watched before, you'll know what's coming next. Okay, well it's time to say farewell to the coach, and yeah, so I wish it well on its journey around the British Isles, and I hope that everybody has a fantastic time playing with it and tinkering with it, and just giving some exposure to this wonderful hobby. So cheerio for now, bye bye.